decision.
And they are. And that's why we're here.
Well, today, like you said, the what ifs. Today, currently right now, nothing legally has come in to the council that I'm aware of where they're arguing, you know what, my partner can live here. And second, the council's getting a lot of negative press, what we're trying to do. My suggestion to any media out there, whether it be the Eastern Door or yourself, Mike, to reach out to somebody who did marry out and did follow the rules and see what they have to say. That would be my suggestion. So that, that you can get both sides of the coin, rather than right now only the council's getting bashed, certain individuals, certain chiefs. You know what? Try and reach out to those people. Somebody who did marry out and they left because they respected the law. They knew, they were told by family that they had to leave. And if you could find that person, that might alleviate some community members' concerns about this subject.
And we have spoke to some of the individuals that are in that situation. Obviously, they didn't want to come on. I mean, if there's anybody in that situation that's seeing this, we welcome that. But for the individuals that we did speak to, they basically told us the same thing as that everybody's, or a lot of other people are saying, and what you just finished saying is they were aware when they were with some individuals that weren't from the community, that if they did marry them, then they would have to go. And they just left it like that. They got married and they left. And they're living out of the community with their non-native partner. But, and they have no problems with that. They said they wish there was some type of a mechanism or some type of a citizenship or some type of something where they can come back and live here because they don't like not to be out of the community. But they understand and they wish that there was some mechanism for them to live here. Maybe not benefit from all the things but to live here. So I said, maybe that's going to come down the pipe somewhere, because I know that the Council of Elders were looking at some type of situation like that. But, that's something else that has to be addressed in the future, the Council of Elders and the membership law and everything. One of the other questions, though, and I'd like, I guess, an opinion more, because unless it's already come across your table, is that why wouldn't we have a referendum on the membership issue?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe there should be one. But as a council, we decided we're 12 individuals. We got voted in by the community. We're just trying to do the best for the community of Kahnawake. And not just now, but for the future of Kahnawake. My grandchildren, my future grandchildren, everybody else's future grandchildren out there. We have reserved this small. There's land allotments now that are being built on swampy lands. I mean, we're being pushed in the corner where, to my understanding, a reservation is reserved for natives. And now we're getting an influx of more non-natives. And I want to make sure it's clear to the community. I'm not racist on this subject. I have some of my best friends are non-native. Like I said, I'm on the lands portfolio and I see what type of lands we have left. 80% of land in Kahnawake is privately owned. It's privately owned. You know what that means? There's 20% of what we have so small that for my, grandchildren, your grandchildren, everybody else is out there, and they're going to be building on swampy lands. I mean, enough's enough. And I'm there for 2 more years, guaranteed for 2 more years. I don't know what the future holds for me. Am I going to get back in or not get back in, get elected or not? But while I'm there, I'm going to do my best for the future of Kahnawake. I'm just going to try and make a difference. I took over the portfolio, and I'm just trying to make a difference. I'm not doing it for the best interests of Carl Horn or Carl Horn's family, like I said before. It's for the best interests of everybody out there.
Again, it's not just about land. In my opinion, that law is there to protect our identity of who we are as Kanien'kehá:ka people. And the more there's this influx of non-native people, and then, I hate to use blood quantum, that's not our way, but the more there's less lineage, the less the connection is to that, that pride and honor of holding on to where you come from. Dana dokrori doni gu Kahnawake rono zize za di andre ziawadu yukudadi konekna Kanien'kehá:ka ya ezode danona awa katke tika goya atste and skutne dani tarha gohaguego nesaga jorhasa. The way we dress, what differentiates us from people on the outside? Language and culture. So until the community says, okay, we realize that we're at a detriment of our existence, we're not going to be Kanien'kehá:ka anymore. In my opinion, that law was put there to protect and preserve what we have. So we have to uphold it.
And you know that, I think though, with that being said, I think that it should be said from the whole table though. You know, I know that the first time when we spoke, that there wasn't 100% in agreement with this process, and I guess now 100% signed the document saying that, you know, to have the letters. So whether there's 100% at the table, whether there's not, whether the Eastern Door article in regards to the anonymous chief, I mean, there was too much information there from Steve to not having one of the council chiefs probably saying that and backtracking. That I think is a concern of I guess the council table, but I think it's a concern of the community, that if the community is going to move forward and to do what's being done now and continue in the future, then I think everybody has to be on board, and they have to say it. People are saying that I would like to pool the council, and I would like to know what their opinion is, and not just the handful of people who are involved with it. There's the two of you, Rhonda and Lloyd, that spoke out to it, but some of the chiefs that have been there for quite a number of years are not saying anything. And is it because they're afraid of political, downfall? Because if this turns and goes in a bad way, I don't know. But it would be interested to see the whole table sticking. I mean, whether they're saying that they're in agreement with you, they're not saying it to the community, and the community need that assurance to be able to stand by what's going on now, or more people to stand by what's going on. Because if it's divided, then you know the community is going to be divided also.
Well, let me give you a brief update. There were 7 new individuals that were identified, and all 12 chiefs signed a letter. I never forced anybody to sign any letter. I never got in somebody's face and say, you're going to agree with what I'm saying. Just like if anybody came to my face and try and force me to sign anything, or got in my face to say, say what I don't want to feel. If they don't want to sign it, I never forced anybody to sign that letter. But all 12 chiefs did sign the letter, the new 7, as well as the other 23. So whether they say anything public or not, that's up to them. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, Mike. I'm not going to tell another council chief how to do their job, and they're not going to tell me how to do mine. And I mean, if you want any confirmation, you're going to have to go speak to each chief individually.
I'm just saying, as the community, some community members are saying that they would like to see that united front.
Well, as of right now,
Just signing a letter doesn't show a united front, because here, and say, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't agree with it, but to show as your support, I'll do it. But I don't support it.
well, if I put it in front of you, would you sign it if you didn't want to sign it?
No, I wouldn't, but that's me. So I'm not sitting at that table, and I don't have to sit there every day, and I don't have to deal with any possibility of being alienated or anything, which has happened in the past. Maybe not since you've been there, but in the past it's happened. So I'm just saying that part, and that's what the community members are saying. They want to see that united front. They want to see the older ones who took the ball a year or two ago and said they were going to run with it, and then put it on the back burner and didn't do nothing with it. And then you're right. Why didn't they do something then? Now you're doing it, and a lot of people commend you for it. But what's happening with the older council members?
You want my opinion on what happened with the anonymous chief? If you look at the Eastern Door article, there was a particular individual on the cover. And I think in this chief's, mind, it was like, I can't do that to somebody in a predicament like that. And, I think the sentiment of the table was, we said it once and we said it again, that we're not going to pick and choose, because that's what people label the council is doing.
Well, people want you to do that.
You're going to pick and choose who and this and that. And we said, no, it has to apply for everybody. So I think that was, for them, the breaking point, that they didn't agree because they seen the quote-unquote disability. And it's not right. I mean, it was hard for all of us to make that decision. It's hard for us to make decisions, all the time, that it pulls at your heart, and it's community members, but it's not them. It's the person that they're with that is in contravention of the law. It's not the native person. But the native person has known all their life that this is the law. So with the things that are happening, it's like, look in the mirror. You brought it upon yourself because you knew the law, and you chose to say and to defy it, and to, you know, basically disrespect the community's wishes. That's how I look at it.
And with that, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these messages.